Hi again. Welcome back to the final part of the epic tale, The Orange and the Grapefruit. At the end of part two, we found the orange had tactfully changed sides and began to butter up the lemon, saying, "Let's stop this silliness, I have a song." And it is here we pick up the thread, with the orange breaking into the aforementioned song. Orange and lemon, say the bells of St. Clement's. The lemon smiled, noting with the orange's song an overt attempt to ally himself to her. She interrupted him. "Oh, that's very, very nice that you are trying to butter me up with that rather famous Victorian rhyme, but I'm afraid you're both ruined." "Okay," said the orange, "do tell us what you mean. I can see my grapefruit friend is becoming increasingly anxious at this repeated comment about ruin, and so am I." "Well," said the lemon, "if you persist in open warfare like you've been doing, and I mean any open warfare, it eventually damages you." "I don't understand," said the orange. "I too don't understand," said the grapefruit. "Well, look at me. Look all around at me." And she rolled over. "Yes," said the orange. And then both the orange and the grapefruit started laughing. "You've got a tiny hole where you landed on the knife." "Yes, I have," acknowledged the lemon slowly. "Now let me have a look at you, grapefruit." "Oh dear," said the grapefruit, looking down dismayed. "I've got a big gash across half of me." "Yes," agreed the lemon. "What about you, orange?" "Oh dear, I'm split almost in half as well." The lemon shook her head before saying, "You're both sadly heading for the rubbish dump." "What's the rubbish dump?" asked the grapefruit. "The bin," replied the lemon. "What do you mean by the bin?" queried the orange. "Well, let me put it another way," continued the lemon. "You're going to end up not fulfilling what you were grown for, what has actually been your destiny from day one." "Fulfilling what we're grown for?" echoed the grapefruit. Then the penny dropped. "Oh, I see what she means. She means we're going to be eaten by humans. That's our sole purpose, getting peeled and eaten. But well, both of us now are not going to be eaten. We are damaged by mishap with peel open, gapingly so, in fact." "What I mean," said the orange, his blood rising. "We're not going to be eaten. I'm a healthy orange. I'm a bleak orange. Why wouldn't a human eat me?" "Because you're split now," said the lemon. "All the germs are coming into you as we speak." "Oh dear," said the grapefruit sadly. "And that's what happens when you start fighting. You eventually damage yourself. Any war, no matter who ever started it, ends up with tears at bedtime." "Tears at bedtime? Oh yes, I see now. I don't want to go in the bin. I don't want to go in the bin," wailed the orange. The lemon, seeing the anxiety, excuse me, and upset of the orange, tried to pour oil on troubled waters. "Let's all go to sleep and see if we can mend things in the morning." However, the lemon knew, as she was very clever, it was too late. They couldn't mend things. And at this cue, the bananas righted the bowl, and all the fruit jumped back in. The grapefruit assuming his original position at the original position at the bottom of the bowl, hiding as deep as he could. But throughout the night the orange was heard in plaintive cry, "Don't want to go in the bin! Don't want to go in the bin!" The very next day the humans came into the kitchen, and guess what happened? They wanted fruit for breakfast. The daddy picked up the orange, our very own king of the castle, and whilst turning him round, peeling him, he saw that he was already open. "Oh dear, darling," addressing his wife, "this one's damaged." There was a resounding plop as the orange landed in the bin. "No, no," shouted the grapefruit. "I heard that." The lemon smiled as she knew what was going to happen, excuse me, to the grapefruit too. Later during that week, the humans had eaten all the fruit and lastly picked up the grapefruit. "I love grapefruit," said the little girl. Then she noticed it had a gash in the skin and exclaimed, "Mummy, Mummy, look, there's a big cut in the fruit. It's split." Mummy examined the fruit and said, "Yes, darling, you can't eat that. It's probably full of germs." "Plop!" Said the orange snootily. "We're both in here now." "Well, it serves you right," shouted the grapefruit. "And it serves you right too." With that, they began squirting each other again. The lemon looked down from afar, now in fruit heaven, shaking her head. Some people will never ever learn that fighting, any fighting, in the end damages all concerned. And that's the story of the orange and the grapefruit. As a orphan father, I did enjoy telling this story to my son many years ago. One of the first aims of my telling all Jonathan's tales was entertainment, and my son actually, having I once again listened to the audio recording, he do declare he did appear to love this element of the orange and the grapefruit, entertainment that is. But we can see there were other, of course, themes woven into the story. The other two aims I had in mind as a storyteller for my son, one was education, and I added much to gets one's teeth into this respect, and you will see that in the notations, and also a metaphorical theme of morality, and the ending did give due reference to this too. Now, having delivered a reading on this story, I must return to the manuscript for volume 3 to finalise before publishing. There are some beautiful stories in volume 3, and I have been editing all of them in my watering hole, rendering me at various times, I confess, rather lachrymose at the unfolding and sometimes heartbreaking storyline. I cannot imagine what people think seeing me at times wiping my eyes, but my saviour from such unbusiness sadnesses is always ameliorated at the happy endings of all the tales. I will, however, use this author reading once I put to bed volume 3 as a springboard and resumption of employing Jonathan's tales as a language learning tool. And there are in the tale, just told, some gorgeous idioms, sayings, phrases, and proverbs. 65, in fact, in the orange and the grapefruit. I'm immensely looking forward to reviewing these 65, as we did with the parrot and the woodpecker. But for now, I will bid you all adieu until we meet again. Do enjoy the summer if you're in residence in the Northern Hemisphere. Hasn't it been so gloriously hot lately? Goodbye for now.